Hey, the camera on? Hey, mic check, mic check. Hey, why? I can't believe I'm here on some pussy. Oh, wow. Wait, what was the name of the podcast again?
It's Sports, Strippers, and Entertainers.
Oh, Sports, Strippers, and Entertainers. All the three things I like, baby. Well, tune in, man. Tune in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the Sports, Strippers, and Entertainers show. I bet you didn't expect to see me here, did you? I have taken over, and this promises to be an exciting show. We're going to talk about all kind of stuff, but most of all, we're going to talk about ventriloquism and how Leonard J. Moore II is going to be a star very soon, and I'm going to be his co-host. Trust and believe that. Let's get this show started. I got a special guest here, and I'm going to be talking to him, asking him some questions. I'm going to try to put him up on game. So let's get right to it.
Straight to your eardrum, slamming like a dungeon. Give me this microphone and watch me start plunging. Straight to your head like the roto-rooter. So give me some space so I can shoot a big fat rhyme in your ear hole. You know I got so guaranteed to make your mama say ho. Bip, blam, alakazam, wham bam, think you ma'am, hot damn, here I am. So hit it, kick it, stickity, stickity, sticker, put the needle on the record, hit this nigga, get wicked. Blow, here I come again with the flavor like one, to us, and now you got the vapors. Here we go like this, like that, biggity fat rap tracks on the wax, so where the party at? Yeah, the same.
If you came to party, then gonna get your groove on.
Get down.
But if you don't wanna party, then take your dead ass home.
Now is the party over here? Or is the party over there? Is the party right here? Or is the party everywhere? Yeah.
Here we go. This is the second episode of the Sports, Strippers, and Entertainment show with a very, very special guest tonight. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the SSE show, stands for Sports, Strippers, and Entertainers. And I got a very, very special surprise guest in the house tonight. I wasn't planning on doing this show, but since he was in town for my birthday and for my Christmas holidays, I found I could not miss this opportunity. So, without further ado, let me introduce to you my special guest. It is none other than a person I've known every day in all his life. It is Leonard James Moore II. Yes, Leonard James Moore II. My son, one and only. And the reason I wanted to interview him because this guy has talent beyond belief. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about him, then I'm going to let him tell you about himself and what he's got going on. Leonard James Moore II is an actor. He has 2 degrees, one in psychology and the other in Bachelor of Fine Arts from FIU University Theater. He's produced, he's written, he's acted in, he's starred in various shows all the way from high school through college, through Broadway, and now he's moved out to California and he's pursuing a career in acting, him and his wife. And they're doing a very good job. Been struggling a little bit, but we're going to have an entertaining show because I got some questions for him that he don't know about, and he's going to have a surprise look on his face when he get to answer them. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to my one and only son, the very talented Leonard James Moore II.
Yellow, what's going on? Like he said, my name is Leonard James Moore II, aka LJ, ELJAY. In Spanish, it's the J. Like he said, he did a great job introducing me, but you know what? I'd like to do something a little different and also ask him a question. Since we are in a new year in 2025, and 2024 has been a hell of a ride, I want to do a little quick recap.
Okay.
So, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Yeah, I want you to start. It's your show.
Okay, well, 2024 has been a phenomenal year. And as we go in life, I often find that it's easy to get so focused on where you're going that sometimes it's hard to recognize how far that you've come. So I've been doing this exercise. My wife actually challenged me with making a list of some of my proudest accomplishments from 2024. and then my mom actually challenged me to share it. So when it comes to like looking back, some of the biggest things that I'm proud of, this marked the second year that me and my wife have been in LA. So big accomplishment.
Okay.
Closed our LA debut in a Rockefeller production of the Very Hungry Caterpillar show, which I was lead puppeteer on. Knocked out my first live news interview as the face of that show. Knocked out my second live interview for the face of that show. Wrote a script that I'm very proud of called Shut Up and Box. And that got me into the Austin Film Festival's second rounder. If you're a writer, you know what that means. If you're not, look it up. A script I wrote in Perfect Circles won a screen competition and got produced in Pennsylvania with Cannes Film Festival winning, Emmy nominated, Tony winning director Cedric Hill, and I was blessed enough to be able to fly down and get my Stan Lee cameo in something that I wrote that worked really hard to get produced. Got my voiceover agent who has helped me reach a ton of milestones, including 150 voiceover auditions last year. I got to be in my first SAG voiceover national voiceover campaign commercial, so I'm super excited for that to come out. Wrote a ton of short films and TV pilots and 2 feature films throughout the course of the year, and I kept telling myself writers write, so last year was a really pivotal year of just building up my portfolio. My wife and I wrote a children's book, which is coming out in February, end of February. So look out for that. I wrote it, but she has done an amazing job illustrating it. It's called Bully Bully Bull. Look out for it on Amazon. We're self-publishing, and we're super excited about that. Our company called Puppet Day. We do school presentations. We had our first LA performance and many more since. And so last year was really building out that company because like my dad said, I have my degree in psychology. So in those performances, I lean more into that degree where we not only show the kids ventriloquism and puppeteering, but we pull back the curtain and show that you can do it too, with the underlying message of every performance, because we have 3 different performances that we do. And our main one is building confidence, and you can do it too. And we have a lot of hands-on participation and volunteers. But we also have our anti-bullying, which leads into how to have empathy and to share hard feelings with each other. And that's where the Bully Bully Bull book is going to be very instrumental. So keep an eye out on it. And visit us at puppetday.com. That's puppetday.com if you want to check out our school presentations. But you don't have to. But yeah, 2024 has been a bookmark year for us, and that's not even including the stuff that is tied into this great man who made all this possible, because Some Pussy and Some Sports has been a very benchmark of 2024, and that acquisition, and that has been so. That was my 2024 in a nutshell. What has been some of the standouts of Dr. Lenny Moore over here?
Well, as you can see, my son is not short on words. Never has been.
Nope.
He never gives the one-word answer. He gives you the long version, which is great. He's very self-expressive. That he learned in college and learned from his mom and dad. But anyway, 2024 was a very instrumental year for me, very monumental year for me in the acquisition of the Some Pussy energy drink, the Some Sports, in addition to performing in numerous shows with, Mike Epps, with Corey Holcomb around the world, doing my comedy stand-up, the Hypnosis comedy stage shows. In addition to that, I did a lot of Fortune 500 film, but the most exciting thing was the acquisition of the Some Sports and Some Pussy energy drink, which we're taking global. You can go to Some Sports, GetSomeSports.com, and you can also get SomePussy.com and order it directly on Amazon and also on eBay and Shopify. But the other exciting thing happened for me was the release of my book called Confessions of a Strip Club Owner, The Butt Naked Truth. It is going crazy. Everybody in the adult entertainment or the business entertainment world has all been purchasing, been commenting on it, giving me 5-star reviews. And if you're in the business, this is something that you need for your library. You would learn a lot about life, about business, about especially adult entertainment business, whether you're a stripper, whether you're a manager, whether you're a DJ or a cook or chef. It's telling you about quality control and how to survive the ups and downs and dealing with all the problems you go through. But the other thing that popped off for me was our first podcast, which is doing phenomenal. And this is going to be a weekly event to the sports strippers and entertainers. But I could not miss this show because you were in town, and I figured I want to get you on here to talk about some of the things that you're doing and also what it was really like being the son of a famous strip club owner for so long and going through high school and through junior high, and people, you try to keep it on secret, the things that you had to endure going through, your high school and college. And when I want to talk about when the first time I allowed you to come into the club. But before we go that, we're going to take it back to when you first was introduced when you was 5 or 6 years old and I owned the club. At that time, it was Diamond's Cabaret. And I used to bring you to work every day when the club was closed to make me clean up.
Wait. No. Because the first one I ever went to was Black Gold.
Okay.
And because Black Gold was when I was like 5, or when I was, because I remember it like because it was a renovated theater, right? And like it had like the platforms.
Yes.
And yeah, because I went there a couple times when it was like early in the day, because you showed me like where like they had like the projector or something, and like it was I just remember. I remember the structure of it. I don't really remember much about Black Gold. But then Diamonds was when I was like 8, 9-ish. And like because when you first got Diamonds and were renovating it, like you would bring me in while you were working on like the renovations and stuff. So like you had me like cleaning like the mirrors around, because it had mirrors like all along the walls and like and on like the edges of stages or whatever. So I was like, that was kind of like my chores back then, and like that. And so I was wiping that, and that was, and then because then.
The way I used to pay him, I'll tell you how I used to pay him. He used to want to ride my golf carts in the parking lot. So if he would work all day long just so he could drive the golf carts and park them in the parking lot and learn how to drive, because he was a big Hot Wheels fan. And so when I used to pay him, I said, "Well, you come out, I'll let you drive the golf cart." Oh, he'll hop in the truck in a minute and go. So that's basically how he learned to drive.
Yeah.
So when you was in elementary school, going through, me going through the struggles.
Before we get off that, because then also Diamond's Cabaret had an aquarium it was like a tiny aquarium, but then like right before opening, he like got this like big customized
1,000-gallon tank aquarium.
And like so he had me go to pick out fish, and there was this one fish. It was a bass. There was those 2 of them. They were giant fish, and we would feed them that like meat.
Yeah, you got to feed chunks of ham. Yeah, you talking about I had the eels, I had the tangs, I had the
what was that big fish called?
God, the Oscars. I had so many different fish at different times.
Well, basically that fish was the size of my torso, and he was like a pet to me. So that was another thing that stood out, because I would go like weekly to help my dad feed him, because I wanted to visit the fish.
Okay, but how'd you deal with it with your teachers and with your fellow students, and I'm taking you to school every day in the Rolls Royce? You say, "Man, Dad, please don't take me to the Rolls Royce. Try to navigate."
Well, like early on, it was pretty chill. The main one was when sometimes he would have to pick me up in like that in the wrapped bus or whatever.
Oh, I had a bus. After people had pissed me off about my billboard, so then I wrapped my Escalade, and then I also wrapped my bus.
Yeah.
And I picked them up a couple of times. I was running late, so I picked them up with the bus with the wrap on, with the girls half naked on the side.
So like that was a bit. Like would raise a couple of questions, but like elementary was pretty chill. Like the one that got where like I would get questions was like high school, because high school was when it was the King of Diamonds, which was a lot more of a like what's the word I'm looking for, like household name, like in Miami at least. And what really outed me, because before I was just like kind of like I wouldn't talk about it, like, but like it was my cousin ended up coming to my high school,
North Miami Beach Senior High.
Yeah, and he just started telling everybody who his uncle was, and anyone with half a brain cell would be like, "Oh, LJ's your cousin, so your uncle must be his dad," and that made it where I was getting like questions and, "Oh, I want to go. You're in high school." Like what are you talking about? And like it just made it, that was when I had to really experience like the question parts, because before that it was just like,
was it your teachers, your coaches, or was it just the fellow students?
Mostly students. I had a couple of teachers ask about it, but mostly it was the students with the stupid questions. like you know, okay, well, what is it like? So what do all the girls look like? I don't know. I'm underage. I'm not in the club. Like, oh, well, can you get us in? Can you get? No, you're like 16. What are you talking about? Like, oh, do you like, do they give you like any ones or anything? No, I'm a kid. What are you talking about? Like, it's just stupid questions. But yeah, that was the only time I really like had to fully deal with that.
Okay, we're gonna take it forward a little bit. We'll take it forward when you was at college at FIU, and this is 2015. I think you was a sophomore, and I started doing a thing called Tuition Tuesdays, where we have all the college students. We let them in, but we wouldn't sell alcohol, and we would send the buses to the colleges and pick everybody up and bring them there. And you decided to come for the first time while the club wasn't fully functioning and fully open. And when you walked in there and you saw all you came in on the bus. Did you come on the bus or you drove?
Yeah, I took the
Black Gold, the KOD bus.
Yeah.
And you got to the school, got there, and everybody finally realized who your dad was. What was that like?
Well, to be honest, no one really, because like I said, that was the first time I went. The only people who really knew were my roommates, who like that was their first time going to a strip club. Like so it was like, oh, them I told, but other than that, I didn't really. I never been like a big gloating person. I just like kind of like go with the flow. So all my friends, like, they had a good time. The funny part was I actually left the club that night with a surplus because there was a couple of dancers.
A couple of dancers walked up to him when they found out who he was. Went up and gave them like $300 or $400 in singles and said, "This is on me."
Yeah,
to spend the money.
Exactly.
So instead of spending the money,
and all I did was like I think I got like one lap dance for a couple of songs, and I was like, well, I'm good. I've never been like a big like party go out person. Like I turn up when I go out, like, and I'll have fun or whatever, but like it's not something I'm like, wow, you know. So that it was. I left with I think like 300.
So you got 400, you left with 300 instead of spending it. And so you had a good time.
I had a great time. I didn't have to spend any gas. I didn't drive.
Oh wow! So we're gonna talk about when I was building the basketball court, and I would make you come up. Well, I didn't make you. I asked you would you go, and you volunteered willingly to build the basketball court. Yeah. For the first time, I know we had it at Diamond's Cabaret, but we wanted to build a full-length basketball court, and you spent a whole week helping me. Well, because Diamonds, I helped Diamonds. I didn't really do only thing I helped with was like inflating the basketballs, and then like every now and then while like when my dad would be busy with something, like I would just be playing basketball while he was like doing a meeting or something. I'd just be on the court because I'm a basketball player. That's what I do, or what I did. so Diamonds, I didn't really do much. King of Diamonds, I actually didn't really do much
either in the initial building of the court, because the initial building of the court, like I came and like I would play a lot, just because it was like my own private court. So I would like me and my friends, we'd run like threes because we would enter through the back thing while my dad was busy like in the front or whatever. And like that was when I was in high school, and like I had friends who could drive, and so like we would come, like I played basketball there, and then we would leave. It was like a really cool, like, they were my childhood friends, not like school friends or whatever. But when it came to the rebuilding of the Diamonds basketball court, that I was there for a lot of, because that was when I was.
You was in college.
Yeah, I was like 19, and like so like when I was here for the summer, my dad was like, "Oh yeah, we're rebuilding it," and like this happened. So like I was there for all of that, deconstructing it, cleaning, power washing, sweeping the stuff, re-putting the boards, bringing back in the goals and stuff like that. That I was there for a lot of, but the other two I wasn't really. That was all you. That was.
So let me ask you this. Okay, being in the game, I got to know every celebrity in the world, movie stars, basketball players, football players. I got very good tickets to all the games, Heat games, Dolphin games, and how did that help? How did you feel about that when you got to meet every celebrity known to mankind, and you were so chill, like well, it's no big deal to me, but all your friends would just be bugging out.
Yeah.
Can you get tickets to go to the game? Can I go to the game with you? How did that make you feel? With everybody hitting on you for cousins, friends, Justin, Cody, everybody's like, your dad going to the game? You going to wrestling? You going to the Heat? He going to the dog? Can I get tickets? Can I go to the concert? Can I get backstage pass? How was that part of your life?
To be honest, like the people closest to me, like Justin never really asked me for anything. I always wanted Justin to go because like you know. But the people who aren't close to me were the ones who would normally ask for things and like out of pocket stuff. It's like, bro, I don't even really know you. People who are close to me like never really ask for anything, and they're the ones who like I always want to take whatever. But the main thing growing up, it demystified a lot of what celebrity is, because like they're just people. Like it's just people. Everyone has their flaws. Everyone has the things they're great at. But at the end of the day, it's just another person. The funny part is the first time I felt that like being starstruck was the first time I visited New York, because there was a Tony Award winning actor who I really looked up to, James Merle Iglehart, and the first time I was trying to meet him. The first time I got to meet him was the first time I felt like that, like, this is a star. like where like cause I grew up like Uncle Mike, like
Mike Epps.
Yeah, like Uncle Mike was like, you know, a very big like wow. But like I was introduced to him from such a young age. He was like he's just this really good dude, you know, who happens to be super successful and super famous. Or like when it came to like the rap T-Pain, when it came to Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, when it came to Mitch Richmond, when it came to Dougie Fresh, like all these people were people that I grew up with and met a lot in my like formative years. So it became like, oh, it's just another person, you know. These they're great people, and they've accomplished amazing things, but it wasn't like oh my god. But like when I met him, it was like, oh my god. And then funny quick story was like, because then from the first time I met him, he talked to me. You know Broadway actors, like in New York, we all talked. I lived in New York for a year. You know, New York, everybody is super talkative. And like so, I met him then, and then I met him at another show, and like every time I saw him in something, I was like, sign the playbill. As my dad knows, I'm very obsessed with
he loves autographs from theater plays, theater actors.
I have my whole playbill collection. I love like movie memorabilia. I'm a big collector. I put the nerd in Leonard. I do it well. But when it came to him, right, and it got to this point, because then I started working with Freestyle Love Supreme on Broadway, and I asked him for another. He was like, I swear to you, this is the last one. I'm not signing another fucking thing. This is it. We're done. Okay? If you want something from me, call me. I'm not signing nothing. At some point, you got to stop being a fan. And I was like, you're right. If I want to do this, like at some point, I can't be a fan. I have to be a colleague, you know. And that was a big formative thing for me in the sense of like even though, because it's weird, even though growing up, like these aren't celebrities, these are just people, these are like I'm on the same level, well not on the same level in the sense of like their accomplishments, but on the same level as in like that's where I'm going, you know. That made it for me to be like that whole wow with when I'm coming up to people and like, oh, can you sign this, wow you did amazing, like I had to step back from that and still be as appreciative and like give people their flowers while they're here, like you know, but at the same breath, like I can't put myself in a place of like I'm lesser than, you know, and like it just everything aligned when he told that to me, and then since then, like I try unsuccessfully sometimes to not ask for autographs.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Moving right along. Since a kid, your mom at a very young age started. She was a professional singer, and she's always been in theater and acting, and a theater coach and teacher. You got the bug when she started doing the ventriloquist dolls.
Yeah.
And since that time, you've been a very accomplished ventriloquist.
Yeah.
And we want to talk a little bit about that. We want you also to give us a demonstration as to how it is, how you train, and what it takes to become a successful ventriloquist.
All right. Well, before we get into that, as far as like doing some ventriloquism, I didn't really prepare any. 1 second. Hello? I'm actually doing a show right now. Yeah, you want to talking about that? Yeah, like I'm Lenny. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hey, Lenny, what's going on?
Everything is good.
Hey, what's going on? I heard you doing a podcast.
Yep, doing very well. It's been successful.
So when are you going to get me on, man?
I don't know. Whenever you want to come on, just ask Leonard to bring you on.
Oh, look, not come on. Okay, well, no, I can't get you on the show. Okay, I'm going to call you back. Bye. Yeah, so we do a lot of that, but no, talking about my mom. My mom and I actually have the world's largest privately owned collection of ventriloquist figures, where we have over 500 figures, and like that number was taken like 2 years ago.
There is a South Florida family out there. They have a very unique collection.
Some will find it cool, others perhaps a little bit creepy. Kevin Ozebek shines the 7 spotlight on their passion for puppets.
When you first walk into this Miami-Dade home, you get the feeling somebody is watching you.
So we're sitting in a home with the world's largest
Privately owned ventriloquist collection. To the best of our knowledge, privately owned, nobody compares.
Welcome to Leonard Moore II's longtime family home. On display here are more than 400 ventriloquist figures, marionettes, and other puppets.
She's cost too much money to be called a dummy.
Whatever you call them, they are everywhere, sitting on the floor, gathered around tables, and sharing couch space. And if this is what you're thinking,
I wouldn't sleep here, but this is cool.
you are not alone. Tanya Traylor is Leonard's mom.
I've had friends that are, oh no, that's creepy. Oh no, does it walk at night?
Tanya spoke with us from Abu Dhabi, where she works as the head of marketing for 2 private schools.
Oh, international.
Yes, this collector and ventriloquist travels the globe with her friends.
Hi, I'm one of these famous, I guess, and I'm talented, and Cassie, but it's supposed to be about us. No, it's not.
There's nobody like my mom, and there's not a lot of black people in ventriloquism. Then to have a black female ventriloquist who's also a collector, and who's a collector of this size, one of a kind.
So is their collection. Leonard gave us the grand tour.
In here we have our oldest ones.
A few of the figures date back hundreds of years.
mid-1700s. Each of these figures have their own personality. They have their own spirit.
And their own stories. These animal puppets entertained the future King of England.
When Prince Charles was a kid, this was one of his favorite performances by a famous ventriloquist. Hey, Pop, smile.
If this guy looks familiar,
Pops was used for a 3-year tobacco-free Florida campaign.
Leonard was the puppeteer behind the infamous tobacco company executive in a series of anti-smoking commercials.
Before they can skip this video, tobacco will have killed another smoker.
As for his passion for puppets, Leonard explains it this way.
Growing up, everyone has that one toy that their imagination ran off with. Pops was one of my best friends because I grew up with him.
Now, in case you're wondering, most of these puppets are not on display in this home all the time. Pretty soon, most of them will be going into storage.
Storage?
Hey, not your turn to talk just yet.
Oh.
Now, Leonard and Tanya say they are working on a number of pop-up performances with the ultimate goal of having a permanent museum. More information on that is on our website.
And if there is someone or something you think we should feature, email us at 7spotlight@WSVN.com. With Kevin Ozebeck, I'm Pops, 7 News.
Hey, he's pretty good.
So we have since grown, and we actually just got a big, because 98% of our collection has been acquired from my mom, purchasing these figures piece by piece, hunting down their histories. We have figures that performed for King Charles. We had figures that were in nationwide commercials, in movies, television shows, in England, in the U.S., in Australia. We have the Fruit of the Loom grape. We have figures that span multiple. Our oldest figure is from the late 1700s or whatever. I don't want to misspeak. But when it comes to it, like getting back to where I was just about to go, that we actually just got a rather large donation from the daughter of a very famous ventriloquist, Rick Price, and so she was gracious enough to donate to our collection to make it. And so I brought actually one of Rick's prized figures that we are actually very proud of, just to give a little demonstration of like one of our figures. This is Ziggy, and he is super cool because he actually has a ton of different functions. His ears, where is it? His ears move. He can stick out his tongue, and so
Yeah, he's just a really cool guy.
yeah. And so that's what my mom loves. Like me and my mom love to do. She's really big on collecting and preserving the histories of these figures, where they performed, the ventriloquists that maneuvered them. Whereas like I'm more so into the performing aspect, but more than that, like genuinely more than that, the inspiration aspect of the kids. And that's where me and my wife Paula do the Puppet Day presentations, where it's like, yeah, it's cool that like, yeah, he can talk.
Yeah, what's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm just over here just talking dog.
Or, hello, how are you? What's going on? Like while that's fun for me, being able to demystify that and like, yeah, he's cool, but there's also someone controlling him, and how does that work? And like the Muppets, and because we have a couple of Jim Henson puppets that we incorporate, and like, you know, you can be on Sesame Street, you can be a ventriloquist, you can be Jeff Dunham, you can be Darcy Lynn, you can be on AGT, and like that really motivates me, because I do feel like that bridge for kids is missing, because they love these shows that they grow up on, but then like, how do you do it, you know? So I just thought he'd be cool to like just bring out and show, like, because his controls are crazy. Like I'm not fully familiar with using them, but
He's a really cool figure.
How do you decide which voice to give to each character? I mean, you got so many, and each one you got a different voice. You become that person. How do you decide which voice I'm going to use for this character and what kind of characteristics I want to display? Is he funny? Is he serious? Is he mad? Is he angry? Mm-hmm. So how do you decide which voice you want to use for it?
Well, it's really like a process, because really like learning somebody, and voiceover and my acting background really plays a big part of it. The first thing is like, okay, I know how I talk, and I can sometimes, if I get excited, I could talk a little bit up here, but also if like I just woke up, I kind of talk in like my lower register. But like I am also blessed enough to have a very vast range in my voice. So like I can go all the way up here and I can talk really high, but I can also go down into my deep dark foreboding. Like I have a big range to choose from. And then like when you get a figure, like you can kind of see, like, if I'm being honest, the first voice I did with him was like the one I used for another figure I have called Reggie, because he's like a black figure with a gold tooth and bare feet. He's in LA right now, but like he's like, hey, what's going on, man? I'm over here like, hey, I walk with no shoes because I can't be beat. Big stepper, like like it's very high up and very like with a little bit of a twang, which wouldn't really work for him. Like for him, like it would, like I would look at him. Obviously, he has like the little bowl cut, so like I would kind of want to go a little bit more nasally, because that's a bit more of a white sounding voice. Maybe like give him like a more mid-east, like Tennessee type, like a little bit of the drawl. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of the drawl. Y'all. This is like a little bit of the slow Tennessee down whiskey. Or like something like that. Or you could like just pull the cord and like and go the complete opposite and just make him sound. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like just give him like something that's so out of pocket that like it can be kind of funny, But a lot of that just comes from playing with them and like getting his controls and seeing what expressions he can make. Because then like he can do like a little like or like you can give him like little things to where he's always listening. Give him little quirks that you can play to, or little gags that you can like go to. But that comes from just like playing with him. And even now I'm getting a little bit more used to his control. His control stick is very, very unique.
So your ultimate goal and your mom's ultimate goal is to set up a ventriloquist museum to preserve. I know y'all did a theater takeover where you had all the ventriloquist dolls occupying every seat throughout the theater. Mm-hmm. And I know y'all Channel 7, which you're going to see the commercial, or see the actual tape in a minute, of all of your dolls on display for Channel 7 last year, and see just how massive this thing really is. And you don't realize being in this industry is all white. There's no blacks in the game. I can tell you that.
Yep.
And to see your mom go to a ventriloquist convention and be like the star of the show, everybody know her, everybody know her collection, and she's just blowing everybody away. Like, how the hell does that make you feel when you walk in and see everybody know your mom? As a matter of fact, you can go see her collection on the Tanya Trailer Collection?
TanyaTrailCollection.com.
Yep.
And it's really, because like the goal is to get it sustainable and like get a space to be able to then share this collection with people, because right now it's, like I said, it's the largest privately owned collection, but like we don't want it to always be privately owned. We want it to be able to outlive us and be able to be sustainable. So we have been venturing into pop-ups. We did a really cool one. We called it Ventriloquism. It's ventriloquism and pandemonium put together. I thought it was cool because I came up with it. But we rented out a movie theater, and we had a figure take up each row. So every other row was full of ventriloquist figures. So then you would watch an old movie while being surrounded by ventriloquist figures. And it was a really cool immersive event. I also did like a little workshop of like basic puppeteering. We handed out like some basic puppets to people so that they could, get some practice in. And like it was really interesting. It was like, I think it was Ventriloquism, a night of 100 figures. We had over 100 figures taking up all of those extra rows, and it was really interesting. And more than anything, it proved that like we can do this on the road. All it took was one U-Haul, and like it was the setup was.
But that was a big ass U-Haul. You had me loading in all those.
Really large U-Haul. But doing things like that to kind of like get the word out and start building these and like challenging these norms, because like end of the day we don't want that old rinky dink in the corner museum like building with cobwebs that no one goes to unless it's Halloween, you know? Like we want it to be something fun and interactive, and like for people to be to want to come, because at the end of the day we're not trying to be like that curator who just sits at the door and like we want it to be something that like that is relevant, and that
people can touch the figures, not just look at them from behind a velvet rope, that they can see how they work, the internet works and other.
And it's not just a creepy thing, you know. It's oh wow, these rabbits were with Ernest Castro and they performed for the king and the future king, Prince Charles. Like, you know, it's wow, this movie is this guy. Wow, these tobacco-free Florida commercials. Oh, by the way, I was the puppeteer for the tobacco-free Florida commercials. The one that was like the big tobacco, like with the I said ignore Watson. What are you, a dummy? And like so, like if you have that clip, but
I have that clip.
Let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium, check. Formaldehyde, check. Arsenic.
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, arsenic rat poison.
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
I'm ready. Feel good. We're losing customers by the second. We have to replace them.
We could reach the youth in convenience stores near schools.
I'm listening.
And place the cigarette ads at kids' eye level.
In your face, teens. I say the evidence is not conclusive. Well, in life you have to take some risks. Am I right?
YOLO! Tobacco is...
I think these cue cards are wrong. But anyways, the campaign was brilliant. We make it hard for teens to skip. Watson, call our lawyer.
Yeah. So like that was me and my mom doing the puppeteering for that like 4-year tobacco-free Florida campaign with the ventriloquist figures, and like you know like little nuggets like that people can like attach to, you know.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, everybody have their different feelings about ventriloquism, and especially the dolls, especially with the Chuckies and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So how does it make you feel when a lot of people say, man, I'm scared of those damn dolls. I don't want to be here at night. I don't want to sleep with that. How do you sleep with that? You're not afraid it's going to come to life? How do you? What does that make you feel like when you hear people say stupid stuff like that?
Well,
they have a profound fear of them. As a hypnotherapist, as a psychologist, I've treated grown men who has fears and phobias of those dolls, and they're scared to death. They can't be around figures in costumes, whether it be mascots at a game or whether they can't take their kids to Disney because of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and Pluto's in a damn costume. Yeah. So how does it make you feel when people say stupid stuff like, "Oh my God, man, take that away from me. I'm scared. I don't want them around me," and that grosses me out.
To be honest, like someone who grew up with them, like for all my life, like it there are certain ones that you're like, hey, I don't like you in particular, because like there's certain ones that have that weird energy. But like the biggest thing is like they can it's different when you touch them, you know, and like that's the biggest solution to everything, because like
to every fear.
Yeah, because like like when it's just like an inanimate object, you find yourself staring at it like, oh, is it gonna move? And like it's just it's an inanimate face, you know? And so it's easy as people to be like, did that thing just move? Like it's a super common thing that's completely okay. But the moment you pick one up and like you're the one moving it, it becomes a fun thing. Because the first figure my mom ever got was this little doll. I called him Little Billy. He's in the back room actually. And when she got him, I was like, this is the creepiest thing I've ever seen, Mom. Why did you get, because she got the first figure when I was in, I think, middle school, and I was like, why would you get this? The thing is creepy as heck. Like, what are you doing? And then I was like, look, I'm gonna show you how creepy he is. And I picked him up, and I look at this is and then she's like, okay, well, he's so creepy, give him back. And I was like, no, one second. One second. And like and like I gave him like this like New York accent, and I was like, I'm walking here. Well, I ain't walking, but I'm doing it. And it was just dumb. And but from that, it was like, oh wow. So then the next figure she got was actually Pops. Pops was the second figure my mom ever got, which he's the one from the Tobacco-Free Florida commercials. And again, I was like, he looks so realistic. Like, why would you get this? And then I picked him up and started playing with them, and now he's a part of the family, you know. And so it's like, that's the one thing I always tell people, and why like I feel so passionate about like the Puppet Day thing, is that like just being able to manipulate a figure gets rid of that fear, and it becomes almost like oh wow, that's super cool, you know.
Now tell me about repairing them. You all get them, sometimes they're broken, sometimes they're beat up, they need new wigs. Talk about their wardrobe, talk about the buying shoes, the hairdos, the wigs, the makeup, fixing their skin from discoloration. Talk about that. That's such a painstaking.
Yeah. Well, that's my mom. That's not I repair soft puppets because I've made a couple of my own. I have like my Jim Henson Muppets that I love with all my heart. But when it comes to like fixing them, we actually had one of the ones from the Rick Price collection. Like when I packed it to ship, I didn't pad the ear as much as I should have. So like one of the ears on one of the figures broke. My mom is phenomenal with with those type of repairs. She was able to like glue the ear. Not him, it wasn't him, but I'm using him as an example. But like she was able to find all the little chips of paint to glue the ear back, fill in with the actual original paint, and then give a little like seam that's like that's color matched, so you can't even tell that it happened. Because we're very big on like, we don't like to do restorations just because like, you know, the history is the history, and like you can't duplicate a paint job. Like how his cheeks, how Rick Price, this is one of Rick Price's prize figures, like I said, but like he you see the love and care that he put into his face. And like if like let's say this cheek broke or cracked or something, like for us to repair that, we would have to repaint him, which would take away who he is, you know?
Gotcha.
And sometimes that has to happen because some of them are so weathered or not taken care of or just demolished that like we can try to recreate what they were originally supposed to be better than what they are right now. But when it comes to like little small damages, we normally lean on preserving history rather than like doing a full restoration.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that you got your hand in his back, which is pulling on a stick that has cables and cords and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to replace those because they're rusted, they break. You know, how do you?
This is like this one especially. You would never imagine what this is like, and most people don't.
Most people don't know because it's stuck in the body. Can you show them exactly what it looks like, what you're working with, so you can put that head on any type of body?
Yeah. Well, how this one is like.
Basically, a head on a stick and the body, and you can put him on any. And this is giving you some behind the scenes as to what really goes on in puppeteering.
It's because like this is a lot of the big thing, and like again with like the puppet. I keep bringing up Puppet Day, but like one of the things, because like You wouldn't know. Each one of these is a very meticulous lever. Granted, most ventriloquist figures aren't as complicated as he is.
Most of them only have like 1 or 2 levers to work the eyes and the mouth.
Yeah.
Very few work the eyebrows, the eyelids, and can make each individual eye blink.
Yeah.
I've never seen, that's my first time I've ever seen the tongue licking out. That's cool as all.
Right? Like he's a really intricate figure, and like he's very unique. Because most of the times the thumb is the mouth. So normally like this would be the mouth one. So you see a lot of times I'm moving his eyes when like I don't mean to. Because he'd used. I'm assuming that when Rick made him, he made him to be able to control the mouth with this one and be able to do the eye, or he's not like me and he just uses the thumb for the eye. Because normally I love to be able to, while I'm talking, give a little blink every now and then, because it just like adds a little bit of realism to him, you know?
Okay.
But like it's really hard to do the blink while like giving him little emotions and stuff with this, because like since it's on the thumb side, I can't switch. And it's also very possible he was
a left-handed.
He was a lefty and did it this way, but I don't know, because I'm ambidextrous, so like it doesn't feel this doesn't feel like a lefty puppet, but it might have been.
So each one of your figures has appeared in different movies, been on stage around the world in different shows, or performed in different shows, and they all got their own history as to how they're valuable as a collectible, right?
Yeah, well, not everyone.
Not everyone, but a large majority of them.
Because a lot of the ones that stay with us are the ones that like they have something, whether it's their character like on their face, or like the ventriloquist they were attached to, or the project they were attached to. Like there's something that keeps them here. Like, cause the smaller ones, the cheaper ones, we're trying to like wade out just because of the sheer size of our collection and like what are we collecting, you know? So when it comes to like a really cool mold, or like this figure who's like he might be rare, but he's like a marionette or something. Like it's like we're getting to a point where it's like we can't accommodate everything. It's just too much right now.
Okay, talk about first time you did a show with me.
It was horrible. It was bad. I'll tell you right now, the worst thing you can experience is it's not even the having a bad show, it's having to talk to people and they're giving you baseless compliments when you know they know that you had a bad show. It's just, the fake smile it hurts. So, especially when like you're with someone who is a veteran and who always has great shows, you know? That first one was horrible. It was horrible.
Were you nervous knowing that that's the first time a father and son had performed together on a show, and you came up? I didn't think it was bad, to tell you the truth, because 99% of people had never ever seen a ventriloquist show in their life. They didn't know what the hell to expect. They didn't know what to laugh at, and they basically didn't understand it until you went up.
Cause like it was, it had its nuggets. Like my start was like. Because I have good stage presence. At the end of the day, I got through it. Like I didn't drop the ball. I didn't blank. Because like I've been on stage for 15 years now. I've been doing this a long time. Like excuse me. It like no one knows you messed up until you show them. So I got through the show. But like it was.
Well, the one thing about it, you got experience. You learn that you no matter what, they don't know what you're supposed to say anyway.
Yeah.
And so what you say is what you say. And then to see me come up, you say, I never had a bad show. But my shows are hilarious. I mean, I make people do the stupidest, the craziest. I don't give a damn. I go on the stage, but it is what the hell it is. You're going to get this and you're going to take it. That's the way I look at it. But anyway, Being that as it may, I'm so glad I got the opportunity to have you on this show because you're going to see a lot of footage of the shows, a lot of footage of his collection, and we're going to take you back. I mean, we're going to give you a really good understanding of this ventriloquist stuff. And I want to make sure everybody know how they can find you on your website, which is
LeonardJMoore.com. That's Leonard, Leonard, J, Moore, Moore.com. And then also puppetday.com, puppetday.com for our presentations. And we have a new website coming out, which is moorefarmbooks.com, Moore farm, FARM books, BOOKS.com, which is the publisher that me and my wife are creating for our book series, which is starting with Bully Bully Bull. So look out for that. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Leonard Moore, Leonard Moore. And I normally use Instagram as my main social media. You also look me up on IMDb and all that. Just Google LeonardJMoore.com and Leonard J Moore II. And you'll see a ton of stuff that I've done.
Well, I am so glad that I got this opportunity. It was unexpected, and I'm so glad that it presented itself while you were here. Have my man Alfred come out, so therefore I can get you on tape so you can use it as a platform. Hopefully, you get the opportunity to be seen by some great producers who decide they want to put you in their movie or have you write for them or do a voiceover for them.
Hey.
But anyway, I am so glad to have you on this show, to have had this opportunity to interview my son.
I'm happy to be here, and we're gonna have like a thing that says like happy tomorrow. Tomorrow is his birthday. Y'all realize that he's here the day before his birthday. I'm here because it's his birthday, so we need this happy birthday to Okay, well.
Well, I appreciate you, son, and let's make it happen. I'm looking forward to y'all's museum funding, investors coming on board to really get behind this project. I mean, I guess got a lot of things in the work. Hopefully, we can make it happen. In 2024 was a hell of a year. Yeah. 2025 is really getting ready to go crazy. Yeah. So, glad to have you.
I'm glad to have you. I love you, Dad.
Love you too, son. And that does it for this second segment. You're going to see a lot of great stuff. Believe me, I got footage that's going to blow the roof off this to coincide with everything that you just discussed. Thank you very much. Does he look like me? Some people say that he don't have a mother, so he was just cloned right from my DNA. Peace. Been great.
Boo! William H. Esquire III here. I know you didn't expect to see me, but I didn't expect to like this show so much. Now, if you enjoy the show as much as I do, don't forget to subscribe and check in weekly for the SSE podcast. Now back to Dr. Lenny Moore.
One second. Ready. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Strippers.
Take it from the top.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the Sports Strippers and Entertainers Show. I bet you didn't expect to see me here, did you? I have taken over, and this promises to be an exciting show. We're going to talk about all kind of stuff, but most of all, we're going to talk about ventriloquism and how Leonard J. Moore II is going to be a star very soon, and I'm going to be his co-host. Trust and believe that. Let's get this show started. I got a special guest here, and I'm going to be talking to him, asking him some questions. He's not that astute, but I'm going to try to put him up on game. So let's get right to it. What do you think?
No, it's your looks. Yes, you are smart and driven and ambitious. Everyone knows that. You are the hardest working person I've ever known, but you're also gorgeous. I've had a thing for you since our first year. I like you, Vanessa. Like, a lot.
Really?
No pressure. Just let me know. I'll be around. Yeah, I got shot, but I was lucky enough to,
you got shot too?
Yep, I got shot. Oh! Jesus.
Why, the vest not work for you?
I think it would have. It's just the sheet.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yep. I'm in a lot of pain. And maybe we can get some water next month. next month. You don't even know what we're doing next week. Shut up, Ray. Why are you gonna be such a prick? All this is new to you. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to make everything right for all of us.
The court asks that the clinic ensure Miss Templeton serve the entirety of her ordered term of treatment. While she may be a member of an esteemed political family, without rehabilitative intervention, she remains a danger to herself.
Hey, my folks fell on hard times, so when they got their chance to move on up, they wanted to make sure me and my brothers got a good education. And yes, to some degree, don't associate with the negative stereotypes of a black man.
Okay, great. So there's more lames like you.
That's so bad? You gotta be more careful when talking to people.
What the hell am I supposed to do? Find some way to delete my record?
Well, at least don't shove it in their faces in the damn interview.
Oh, because how I speak about it really makes a difference, huh?
Look, I'm busting my ass to make this shit work. You gotta be more responsible.
Gotta be, what are you, my parole officer?
We have a kid now. My part-time schedule is not gonna cut it
Who
anymore.
asked you to take in Marcy's kid?
When you were locked up, Marcy was there for me. And now that she's locked up, I gotta take care of Joy. She's never gonna see her again. Wait, okay.
It was not me.
Okay, well, time for Uber to go to sleep. Good night to you.
All right, let's get you tucked in.
You could just ask, you know.
Not bad. Nice. Come on, son. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Do it again. Oh. Dang. Not bad. Not bad. Son, you better not bad. Shoot it again. Come on, use your muscle. Physicality. Much more physical overseas than this. I hope so. That ain't good enough. Come on, come on. Be physical, be physical. Come on. Get the old man in the hospice. Come on. Come on. What you got? That's it. Make the move. Make the move. What you talking about? Come on, son. That's all you got. Come on, come on, come on. Eat up. Come on, come on. Come on. Every shot got to count. You do this all day. That's luck, that's luck. I need consistency, I want net. Show what you got. You're too much space, right? I don't trust the jump shot. All the space I trust. Not bad. Son, you better not bad.
That's like spending time with them again.
Every shot got to count. I don't trust the jump shot.
Bang.
classics for my new friends. Hey, you sit there. Tale as old as time. True as this can be. Barely even friends. Beauty and look at this stuff. What did you think? My collection's complete. What did you think? I'm the genie who has everything. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to blue corn moon.